Geostorm is a 2017 American science fiction disaster film directed, co-written, and co-produced by Dean Devlin. The film is the first co-production between Skydance Media and Warner Bros. The film was released by Warner Bros. In the United States on October 20, 2017. Despite grossing $221 million worldwide, the film was labeled a box office flop given its $120 million budget, losing the studio $74 million, and received largely negative reviews, with criticism focused on the uninspiring story and lackluster visual effects. In 2019, following many catastrophic natural disasters, an international coalition commissions a system of climate-controlling satellites called Dutch Boy. After Dutch Boy neutralizes a typhoon in Shanghai, a United States Senate subcommittee reprimands Chief Architect Jake Lawson because he brought Dutch Boy online without authorization and replaces him with his brother Max, who works under United States Secretary of State Leonard Dekkom. They recover the hard drive, but hide it from the crew, suspecting a traitor, and examine the data, leading to the discovery that a computer virus has been introduced, causing the malfunctions, and has wiped out the login access of key senior people to the satellite. Suspecting Palma is using Dutch Boy as a weapon, Jake tells Max he needs to reboot the system to eliminate the virus, which requires the kill code held by Palma. The Ike staff neutralize malfunctioning satellites by deliberately knocking them offline via collisions with replacement satellites. Back on Earth, Cheng Long discovers that he and Max have lost login access and warns Max of a global cataclysm known as a geostorm if the malfunction continues. Cheng is pursued to Washington, D.C. by a team of rogue government agents, who ultimately kill him in a traffic incident, but not before he says, "Zeus." Discovering Project Zeus simulates extreme weather patterns to create a geostorm. Max enlists his girlfriend, Secret Service agent Sarah Wilson, to acquire the code. During this time, the Ike's team loses control of all operations as the virus initiates the self-destruct program. During the Democratic National Convention in Orlando, Florida, Max discovers Orlando is next to be targeted after a massive hailstorm hits Tokyo, and an offshore cold snap takes out a portion of Rio de Janeiro. Max requests Dekkom's help, but Dekkom instead tries to kill Max unsuccessfully, unveiling himself as the saboteur. Max immediately informs Sarah. The two kidnap Palma to protect him from Dekkom's agents and secure the kill code. As they escape from the arena before a lightning storm destroys it, Max reveals their activities and Dekkom's treachery to Palma. After outsmarting Dekkom's mercenaries, the three arrest Dekkom and confront him about his plans to eliminate the other elected officials in America's line of succession, getting him the chance to dominate the world while eliminating America's enemies at the same time. Max and Sarah escort Palma to the Kennedy Space Center, where they transmit the code but learn that the self-destruct sequence cannot be stopped. As more disasters strike around the world, including tornadoes in Mumbai, a major heat wave in Moscow, and a mega tsunami in Dubai, Jake realizes that Taylor is the traitor who masterminded Habib's death and created the storms on Dekkom's orders and confronts him. In the ensuing confrontation, Jake escapes, but Taylor accidentally ejects himself into space. As the crew evacuates the station, Jake and Ute stay behind to ensure the systems reboot, eliminating the virus and transferring satellite control to NASA, thus preventing the Geostorm at the last second. They then escape in a replacement satellite where they take shelter as the self-destruct sequence completes. They use the replacement satellite's thrusters as a beacon, and a nearby shuttle piloted by Hernandez picks them up. 6 months later, Jake is working as the head engineer for Dutch Boy once more, which is now administered by an international committee.